Hi, my name is Graham Jaggers and I am the inventor of the never-ending word game. I've had it developed into an app called NE-Lite. N stands for never, E for ending, and Lite for the easy version of the game, though you can upgrade to the harder version within the app itself. You can download it from the Google Play Store or from the Apple App Store today, and I certainly encourage you to do so. The purpose of this short video today is to explain how to play the never-ending game. Now, it's called the never-ending game for a reason, so keep that in your mind. When you play NE-Lite, you'll be playing against artificial intelligence, against the computer if you like. Now, the game itself, the basic principle, what you're trying to do is to make words with a computer by playing letters in turn, and you are trying not to finish a word, i.e. trying not to play the last letter, all the time trying to make the computer play the last letter. So to win, you must play letters in turn and make the computer play the last letter of a word. There are 4 levels of difficulty based on how the rules on how you can play your letters. There's easy, medium, expert and genius. Now, easy and medium are great because they can be played by 7 or 8-year-olds who have some understanding of letters and words. But expert and genius will challenge the very best of wordsmiths of you out there, as you will see when I explain. So, starting with easy level, the computer always plays the first letter. So, it has played an H in this example. Easy level, the rule is you can only play letters after that first letter. You can't play letters in front, so you can only play them after. So I'm going to play an O after it, thinking of words like horse, hopping, hopper, hoop, and maybe horticulturist if I'm thinking long term. But the computer doesn't always play ball with you, and you have to be able to rethink again and start again with your mind as what words could be made. So the computer now played a U, which is pushing me towards house, and I'm happy with house for this reason, because if the computer indeed plays the E, then I would win, because the computer would play the last letter. I can't think there's many other letters that it can play. So in this example, the computer played the E, and the computer's finished the word house. Therefore, I have won at easy level because I managed to make the computer play the last letter. So now we move on to medium. And at medium level, the rule is this. At medium level, like easy level, you can play letters after, but you can also play letters in front. So you can play either side. And this dramatically increases the number of words you can make. So in this example, the computer started with an O. I play U. Now this time the computer plays in front, and it plays an H in front, which is looking a bit like the house bit, but I'm going to go in a different direction, and I'm going to put an S in front. So you can see how this changes your mindset. So we now have words beginning S-H-O-U, and I'm hoping that it's going to play the T. And there aren't many words S-H-O-U. There are a couple, like shoulder, but depending on how well the computer's playing, and in this case, it plays the T. So at medium level, we played letters in front, we played letters after, and again, the computer played the last letter, T, so I won that game at medium level. So now, if we go on to expert level, now this is where it gets more difficult, because at expert level, you can play letters in front, after, and you can also play them in between the letters already placed. So this gives you a whole new dimension of words that you can make. In this case, it started with an O, and I'm going to play an N in front. So I'm already playing in front. Now, I'm not thinking of words starting with NO. I'm thinking of words, any words that have N and O in it, in that order. Okay, and the computer now places an H in front. So now it looks a bit funny because technically, or normally, we don't have an English word with those letters side by side. But because this is expert level, I'm thinking of any words that can have HNO in it. Honor is the first one that comes to me. I don't know if you can think of any others, but I'm going to put an O there. So I've played in between. So that's what's fun about this level, because you can now put letters in between. It really moves things around. We're obviously going towards the word honor. I should warn you at this point that American versions of spelling work in NE-Lite. I understand that Scrabble allows them, so we did. And if in fact the computer was to do that, I would win with the American version of the word of honor, because it has placed the R. But it doesn't do that. It actually places the U, which is the English version. Now, this is the trick up your sleeve you can have. If I now place the R, I would lose because I would have finished the word honor. But because we don't have to play letters consecutively, because we can play letters in between, this is a trick where you can play, well, I know the word honors exists, so I'm going to play the S before the R is played. So I play the S there, and it's obviously it's not a completed word, it's not finished, so I haven't lost. And I'm now forcing the computer to play the R there. So now we have the word honors. And because the computer played the R last and completed the word, I won that round at expert level. Now we'll move on to genius level. Now, genius level is slightly difficult. So not difficult, well, very difficult, but it's different. It's different because we call it anagram level. Basically, it's very similar to expert level in that you can play letters in front, behind, and in between. But at the end, you can move them around like an anagram. So when you play NE-Lite, it gives you a choice. Do you want to play 8, 9, or 10 letter word anagrams? So that's your three choices. 10 letter anagrams is the hardest level for NE-Lite. We here are going to play 8 letters, and the computer starts with an S, and I'm going to play with a T. Now, to be honest, it doesn't matter really what order you play them in, because at the end of the day, you're going to change them. If you can play letters in an order that suits you to, like, well, I can see the word that I'm trying to make, but the computer may not put the letters that you want. So we have ST now, and the computer plays a G. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 8 letters. Meanwhile, you can see if you can see what word is being made. I'm going to put an O there like that. And then we're going to have an N there. And then a U is going to appear. I'll play the U. And then we have an H. Put an H there. Whoops. Come on, stand up. We have an H. And how many we got now? 7, we need one more. So I'm going to play an I. So now we have our 8 letter anagram. Now if you can make a word out of that, then you would win the challenge. Because at this moment, NE-Lite would challenge you to make an 8 letter word. If you can succeed in making an 8 letter word, you win. And if you fail, then you lose. So let's see if there's an 8 letter word here. I believe there is. So I'm going to move the S to the very front. I'm going to move the H to second. The O is third. The U, can you see the word starting to form now? There we go, shout. And then we end up with the shao ting. And there we have our 8-letter word, shao ting. Just check that. Yeah. So I was successful in completing the anagram. Therefore, I would have won at that genius level for the 8-letter word. I hope that explains the 4 levels for you. Just to remind you, it's the never-ending game. The app itself is called NE-Lite. You can download it from Google Play Store or from the Apple App Store. And I very much hope that you will do so. So you can see the 8-letter anagram. And I hope you enjoy playing NE-Lite. And thank you for watching.